Okay. All right. Don't want to go to. Well, first, let me clarify. When I said going to a Christian venue or something of that nature, it was on the same level as with hijab and and wood, where there is a time situation where people are timed and it's everything's fair. Not that's that it didn't even have to be in a church or anything, but I mean, if everything's fair, everybody's given a lot of time. That's what I was referring to, um, as it related to uh, burning of the books, or of the book, Quran, or what have you. It's so, in all respect, you know, uh, uh, it's a tradition. When I said it, I don't know what everybody else is doing. With me, it's a tradition. Okay, where when things got to a certain point, they burned the books. So in commemoration, what's his name? Uh, Uthman. Uthman. Like I feel like what I'm saying is on the lines of like the modern day Uthman, but in the sense where it's the same process where they gather the books, where in the event there is either towards the end or at the end, there is, first of all, no one gets in that's a Muslim uh, that without a Quran. You got to bring a Quran with you. And then once it's determined by the leaders or by the people who is hosting, by the debaters, what is worthy of burning and what is not worthy of burning, then the process proceeds to the point where is the Muslims come up, they bring up their books that they say, yeah, this one is not good. This one is not good. This is no one's forcing. No one is. They doing it on their own. Okay, that's what I was referring to. Something along those lines. Okay, where because I mean there are some books that need to be burned, and I don't know how. And if you're not aware of it, this is the type of situation that I'm talking about, right here, where it's like, okay, this isn't the way it was supposed to be. And some people say, well, the Arabic, da, 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 da. No, from what I understand, historically, that's what they was burning. Everything was Arabic. It was they singled it out, saying no. If it's not, even if it, I'm assuming if I understood it correctly, even if it was in a different dialect or written in another, and not a dialect, but how should I say that? But they made it where it was like if it wasn't according to, and I'm not for sure exactly. I have to check to see exactly how that was set up. But if it wasn't according to the Quraysh tribe and how they would have done it, how they would have pronunciated it or whatever, or if it was, and I may be in the dark right there, but to my understanding, that was kind of the whole thing. Everything had to be centered around the tribe that the prophet was a part of, and so whatever that was the case, and that may not have contributed to the writing, but for some reason they brought it up when I in the stuff that I was reading. Again, in agreement, everybody in agreement. The Muslim, the Christian, the and there's no disrespect. It's just a ceremony in the sense that of that. Yes, these need to be burned. That's what I was talking about. Okay, I understand you not want to come to because the disrespect or whatever. You're not wanting, Muslims not wanting to come to Christian functions or Christian this that. Okay, but if it's a timed session, if everything is timed and everything is organized, where there's representatives on both ends, and they're just meeting in a church or in a schoolhouse or in a college setting, but a Christian college setting, then I mean even D-Dat, and I mean not D-Dat, but your man, the modern D-Dat, what's his name? Uh, but he shows up there and he does that, and that's what I was thinking. Maybe like Muhammad Hijab, brother Uthman and Zakir Naik, y'all all come together and we figure out what Qurans are not good Qurans towards the end of the debate or at the end, and maybe have some people checking at the door saying, "Hey, you came in with a Quran. Why did you get it checked to see if it was okay or not?" And that way they don't leave with those bad copies or those bad versions headed out the door. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I was saying. No funny business. Everybody in agreement, from the least to the greatest, saying this is what it is. Now, I mean, maybe I'm a little more Islamic than the modern Muslim, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like this is something. It's been a while since it's been done. I believe it's time to do it again. In a nutshell, this is just in a nutshell me saying, hey, it's been a while. I ran across a couple, Qurans that tried to put peace and blessings be upon him when that's not in the Quran. And places where it's not in the Quran, they want to still put it in there. Oh, we're going to put it in. And that's how it starts. That's how Arabic versions, but they still got that. Yeah, no. That's that. If you're gonna stay 100, you need to stay 100. And there's more stuff too that I don't think because of the bias of some believers, there's a bias, so that they have blindfolds on. They can't see because they have a bias. They tunnel vision. Or the scholars put some binoculars on them where they can only see what's in those binoculars, and it look like, okay, they seeing far, they seeing wide, but in reality, they got binoculars and they can't see what's going on around them, And I'm not saying that there aren't any Christians that's like that. I'm just saying, for a group of people to say that there are no flaws and we it's like, okay, let's check that, even all of the talk about, somebody destroyed the Bible, you can't prove that. You can't prove that. I mean, realistically, there's certain parts of the Bible that, of course, will never be destroyed. And those parts of the Bible, never mind. I'm not going there. You want to know more, you contact me. But anyway, it's like, for a group of people that want to adhere to the authentic and the oneness, okay, that's on those grounds that I make that statement. All right. Now, I hope they show up. I'm not gonna say nothing. See what happens. But I hope we are clear as it relates to what I was referring to. And again, I'm hoping that persecution stop. That way I don't have to do certain things or say certain things. That it won't be disrespectful. It will, as far as I know, will all be true. As far as I believe, it will all be true. But again, yeah, so, I wish you the best on your endeavors. I hope they show up. I hope, the truth is magnified and that, the Most High get all the glory.